Well, hey, and welcome back to another spectacular Mr. Allen's Random Day video. I thought in honor of my birthday yesterday, as I turned 33, that I would do a little biography on myself, because, well, why not? You're all listening anyways. So, here it is, April 8th, 1987. I came barreling into the world and then got taken home to this house, where I lived for a few years. At 3, I got a younger brother. One thing stayed consistent and just some things never changed. I was the best looking baby and now I'm the best looking adult. So, moving on. We lived for a few years in the old house and then we moved to this house. My dad's parents had both passed and we moved into their old house just down the road a little. So, we lived there for the rest of my childhood and then into my early adulthood. I never left. I just kept annoying my parents because their refrigerator was always full. So, I lived here throughout college, then bought my own house. In this house, I developed a love of nature and a love of outdoor recreation. Also, I continued to stay looking great, and I played things like football, soccer, basketball, and had a lot of fun doing it. But found out that I really wasn't all that athletic. Moving along in the Mr. Allen's story, we then come to this building, which is the old St. Mary's School building, where the gym floor was really creaky and the smell was a little musty. But Mr. Allen, he developed a love for school. He was small, scrawny, and imagine this, really shy. Well, made it through 4th grade here and then moved on. Well, that brings us here to the St. Peter's campus, where I spent my awkward middle school years. Remaining shy, really went the opposite direction on that one. And also determining that I wanted to be a teacher at the ripe grade of 7th grade. Had some great teachers, one in particular who was a 7th grade science teacher who lit the table on fire. Wonder where I got that one from. And really just enjoyed school overall. On this playground, I'll tell you right now, I broke a lot of hearts by dropping a lot of game-winning passes because, well, I loved athletics, but I wasn't very good at them. I was on the Port Washington Catholic School basketball team, sat bench quite a bit, but hey, that's okay. I was a good team supporter. Well, moving on with the story. Well, that brings us here to Port Washington High School, the greatest learning establishment, at least in the state of Wisconsin. I spent the 4 years of high school here. It didn't look like this at all. First building was right here, and the windows were very drafty, and you almost had to wear a jacket in the wintertime in some of the classrooms. But let me tell you now, this is the finest learning establishment, and I will say, I had some of the greatest teachers of my life. I was in band and loved band. I played the tenor saxophone and the baritone saxophone. High school was good, but I then moved on to college. I got an education degree from UWM. Then I got my master's program, or went through my master's program at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. So, that's my education journey in life. Moving on. As I moved on in life, I turned 16, got a driver's license, and then asked my dad what I was going to use to fill the truck. He politely giggled at me and said, "How about go get a job?" So I did. I worked here at True Value in Port Washington. It's my second favorite job, of course, first being teaching. I learned a lot, like how to cut keys and how to interact with people, and, well, a lot about hardware in general. I also developed some huge manly muscles that I still have today by carrying bags of concrete, topsoil, and cow manure all over this parking lot. I even had a bag or two of cow manure break open on me. God, those were the times. I then, after 3.5 years at True Value, moved on to here, Shopko Express. Had a good couple of years here at the old Shopko Express, and then decided to move on before I student taught. I'll tell you one thing, the store kind of declined rapidly after I left. It's not even open now. I was really holding it up, I think. It's funny sometimes how life brings you back in a circle. I ended up back here at St. Peter's doing summer maintenance and janitorial. I cut a lot of grass, I waxed floors, and tried to make up as many stupid but fun and funny games with my coworkers as I possibly could to pass the time. And also tried to get out on Friday as early as possible. Summer maintenance. What a fun time. And in another important step in life, I'm brought here to Port Washington's now Piggly Wiggly, used to be Century, where I awkwardly flirted with a girl who worked checkout at the local Century store. And after I got the courage to ask her out, she promptly responded with a shoulder shrug and a maybe. It only took her 3 days to figure out that of course she'd want to date this hunk of a man. Patience is a virtue, I guess. That cute checkout girl ended up becoming my wife. Now she's stuck with me. Well, I guess that leads me here to Thomas Jefferson Middle School, where I have been a teacher in 8th grade for the last 8 years. I have amazing colleagues, I teach amazing kids, and I generally love my job every single day and every single minute. I was actually told in this room during summer school that I got the 8th grade science job by Mr. Glarowitz, who was the principal at the time. I jumped up and down and was so excited and can still not believe the journey that the middle school has taken me on for the last 9 years. I really enjoy and love teaching here, and I really enjoy and love all of my students that I've had over the course of the last 9 years. I've been blessed and been lucky to be here, and it's a really good spot to end my biography, because as good as my 33 years have been, I can't wait for better. Remember that life is a journey that we all need to love, even through the bumps and the hard times, and appreciate the good times. Here's Mr. Allen signing off for today and this week. Because you wouldn't have had school on Friday and Monday, I will not have another video until Tuesday of next week. We'll see you all then. Enjoy your extended break. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and stay safe.